I've traveled across this world, spoken to thousands, and witnessed one universal truth: pain is not a full stop. It's a comma in your story. It's not the period at the end of your sentence, it's the exclamation mark that announces your arrival. Years ago, I encountered a young man in the Bahamas. He had lost everything: his business, his savings, his confidence. He sat before me, broken, defeated, ready to give up. But as we spoke, I saw something in his eyes that he couldn't see himself. His pain wasn't destroying him. It was designing him. His struggle wasn't depleting him, it was developing him. Your pain has a purpose. When you feel that crushing weight on your shoulders, when you taste the bitterness of defeat, when you're swimming in an ocean of disappointment, you're not experiencing destruction, you're experiencing development. Pain is the chisel that's sculpting your character. It's the fire that's forging your future. It's the pressure that's producing your power. You're sitting here today, and maybe you're carrying wounds that nobody can see. Maybe you've got scars that tell stories you've never shared. Perhaps you're wearing a smile that masks a storm raging inside. I want you to lean in close, because what I'm about to share with you will revolutionize how you see your struggles. Your pain is not a punishment, it's preparation. Your struggles are not a sentence, they're a setup. Your hardships are not here to hold you back, they're here to propel you forward. When I talk about pain, I'm talking about something deeper than what most people understand right now. Some of you are nodding because you know exactly what I'm talking about. That thing that keeps you awake at 3 a.m., that's not just discomfort. That's not just a bad day. No, that's a force that's trying to shape you. Pain comes in different forms, but it always carries the same message. Some of you are experiencing emotional pain, the kind that comes when somebody you trusted walked away, when your dreams seem to crumble right before your eyes. I see some of you shifting in your seats right now because you know what I'm talking about. Others are dealing with physical pain. Your body is telling you stories of limitation, but I'm here to tell you that's not the end of your story. And then there's that deep internal pain, the one that comes from feeling lost. Feeling like you've lost your purpose. Feeling like you're walking in circles while everyone else is moving forward. What nobody told you about pain. Right? It's not your enemy. Okay, the same way pressure creates diamonds deep in the earth, your pressure is creating something precious inside of you. You're not going through pain. You're growing through pain. I met a woman in Nassau who lost everything in a hurricane. Everything. Her house, her business, everything she had worked for gone in one night. She came to me broken, tears streaming down her face. Asking why, you know what I told her? I said, "Oh, my sister, your pain is not a period, it's a comma." Today, she owns 3 successful businesses because she understood that her pain wasn't there to punish her, it was there to prepare her. People have it all wrong about pain. They think pain is a signal to stop, to give up, to turn around. No, pain is a signal that something remarkable is about to happen. When a mother is giving birth, the pain doesn't mean something's wrong, it means new life is coming. Your pain right now is not a sign of death, it's a sign of birth. But here's where most people miss it. They run from their pain. They try to numb it, hide it, pretend it's not there. Listen to me carefully. You cannot escape the pain that's designed to elevate you. That pain you're feeling right now. It's not random, it's specific, it's targeted. It's customized for your purpose. Some of you are saying, "But I've been hurting for so long." I need you to understand something. The duration of your pain is not as important as the direction it's taking you. Every tear you cry is watering the seeds of your future success. Every sleepless night is preparing you for the days when you'll be too busy fulfilling your purpose to sleep. Pain has a purpose. And once you understand this principle, everything changes. Your perspective shifts. Your posture changes. Your power emerges. Now, pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you. Because this is where everything changes. This is where your pain starts making sense. You see, when I talk about transformation, I'm not talking about a small change. I'm talking about a complete metamorphosis of who you are. Have you ever watched a piece of coal transform into a diamond? Of course not. Why? Because the transformation happens under intense pressure, in complete darkness, where nobody can see. That's exactly what's happening to you right now. You're saying, but the pressure is too much. I'm telling you, the pressure isn't too much. It's exactly right. Every bit of resistance you're facing is reshaping your character. Every obstacle that stands in your way is rebuilding your resolve. Every setback that knocks you down is setting you up for a comeback. Let me tell you about a man I met in Africa. This man lost his entire family in a tragedy. His world was shattered. But instead of letting his pain destroy him, he used it to build schools for orphan children. Today, thousands of young people have hope because one man understood that pain doesn't just break you, it rebuilds you. Look at the great achievers throughout history. Listen to me carefully. Nelson Mandela didn't become Nelson Mandela in comfort. 27 years in prison didn't destroy his spirit, it defined his purpose. Maya Angelou didn't find her voice in comfort. She found it in the depths of her pain. These individuals didn't succeed despite their pain. They succeeded because of their pain. There are stages to this transformation process. Right now, some of you are in stage 1, the break-in. Everything seems to be falling apart. You're losing things, losing people, losing confidence. But that's not the end. That's just the beginning. Stage 2 is what I call the burning. This is where the heat gets turned up. This is where you feel like you can't take any more. But remember, fire doesn't destroy gold, it purifies it. Your situation isn't burning you up, it's burning away everything that's been holding you back. Then comes stage 3, the building. This is where you start to see why everything had to break down. Because now, you're building something stronger. You're building something better. You're building something that couldn't have existed without that pain. The final stage, breakthrough. This is where everything suddenly makes sense. This is where you realize that your pain wasn't just random suffering, it was targeted training. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt was preparing you for this moment. I'm looking at somebody right now who's been asking, when will this end? But that's the wrong question. The question isn't when will it end, the question is what is it creating? What giant is this pain awakening inside of you? What power is this pressure producing in your life? Transformation isn't comfortable. It's not supposed to be. A butterfly struggling to break free from its cocoon isn't comfortable, but that struggle is what makes its wings strong enough to fly. Your struggle right now isn't breaking you, it's giving you wings. Your pain is not bigger than your purpose. The pressure you're under right now is not greater than the potential inside of you. Every great transformation in history came through pain. Every major breakthrough came through breakdown. Every significant victory came through struggle. In this moment, you're not just going through something, you're growing through something. You're not just surviving, you're being prepared to thrive. That pressure you feel, it's not crushing you, it's crystallizing you into something magnificent. How to harness this pain, how to use this pressure, how to take this struggle and turn it into your greatest strength. Your pain is like a raw energy source. Right now, it's just burning you. But I'm going to show you how to turn it into fuel. Every single person in this room has experienced pain. But the difference between those who stay down and those who become unstoppable isn't in the amount of pain, It's in what they do with it. Some of you are sitting on enough pain to power an entire city, but you haven't plugged it into purpose. Every great achievement in human history came from somebody's pain. When I traveled to South Africa, I met a woman who lost her son to violence. Instead of letting that pain destroy her, she started a youth center that saved thousands of young lives. Her pain became her purpose. Her tragedy became her triumph. You're looking at me saying, but how? How do I turn this hurt into hope? How do I transform this burden into a breakthrough? Listen carefully. It starts with understanding that resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. Muscles. How do they grow? Through resistance, through pressure, through pain. Your emotional and mental strength develops the exact same way. Every time life pushes against you, you have a choice. You can break down or you can break through. I'm looking at somebody right now who's been running from their pain. Stop running. Face it. Embrace it. Your pain isn't your enemy, it's your trainer. It's building something in you that comfort never could. When you're comfortable. You don't grow when you're comfortable. You don't change when you're comfortable. You don't transform. Your mind is like a muscle that grows stronger through resistance. Every time you choose to push forward when you feel like giving up, you're building mental muscle. Every time you choose faith over fear, you're building mental muscle. Every time you choose action over anxiety, you're building mental muscle. Most people let their pain write their story. But I'm here to tell you, you are the author of your narrative. Your pain doesn't get to decide who you become, you do. Your circumstances don't get to write your story, you do. Your past doesn't get to determine your future, you do. Stop saying, I'm going through something, start saying. I'm growing through something, stop saying. This is killing me, start saying. This is building me, stop saying. I can't take anymore. Start saying, I was built for this. Your personal power narrative isn't just about positive thinking, it's about truthful thinking. The truth is, you're stronger than you know. The truth is, you're more resilient than you realize. The truth is, you're more powerful than you've ever imagined. I met a man in Asia who lost both his legs in an accident. The doctors told him he would never walk again. But he refused to accept that narrative. Today, he's running marathons on prosthetic legs. Why? Because he understood that his pain wasn't his prison, it was his platform. Your pain has given you something that comfort never could. It's given you perspective that pleasure never could. It's given you strength that ease never could. But you have to harness it. You have to direct it. You have to channel it. Take out a piece of paper, write down every painful experience you've been through. Now, next to each one, write down what it taught you. What did it show you about yourself? What strength did it reveal in you? What wisdom did it give you? When you start seeing your pain as your preparation, everything changes. When you start seeing your struggles as your stepping stones, everything shifts. When you start seeing your hardships as your helpers, everything transforms. Some of you are sitting on a gold mine of experience, but you're treating it like a garbage dump of memories. Your pain isn't trash to be thrown away, it's treasure to be transformed. Your struggles aren't weights to hold you down, they're weights to build you up. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where we turn revelation into application. It's not enough to understand your pain, you must know how to use it strategically. Take out your phones, your notebooks, whatever you use to record important information. Because what I'm about to share will transform your life. These aren't just steps, these are keys to unlock your unstoppable power. First, you must establish what I call your power hour. This is the first hour of your day. Listen to me carefully. If you don't control your morning, you don't control your day. When you wake up, don't reach for your phone. Don't check your messages. Don't let the world's problems become your breakfast. Instead, spend that first hour feeding your spirit, strengthening your mind, preparing your emotions for battle. I met a young businessman in Singapore. His company had collapsed, leaving him millions in debt. But every morning, without fail, he spent his first hour planning, preparing, and positioning his mind. Today, he owns one of the largest consulting firms in Asia. Why? Because he understood that success isn't just about what you do. It's about how you prepare to do it. Second principle, you must create what I call your success blueprint. This isn't just a goal list. This is a detailed map of where you're going and how your pain is helping you get there. Look at your biggest hurts. What have they taught you? Look at your deepest wounds. What wisdom have they given you? Your pain hasn't just been hurting you, it's been educating you. Every setback you've experienced has been setting you up for something greater. Every disappointment has been an appointment with destiny. But you must document it. You must design it. You must direct it. Third key, build your strength circle. Look around you right now. Who's in your circle? Who's speaking into your life? Some of you are trying to become unstoppable. But you're surrounded by people who stop at every obstacle. You need people who understand the power of pain. People who don't just sympathize with your struggles, but who synchronize with your vision. I'm looking at somebody right now who's been trying to do everything alone. Stop it. Even eagles fly in formation. Even lions hunt in prides. Your pain might be personal, but your victory needs to be communal. Find people who've been where you're going. Find people who understand that tears can water the seeds of triumph. Fourth principle, develop your daily victory practices. Listen to me, success isn't an event, it's a habit. Every morning, I want you to stand in front of your mirror and declare your victory. Not because you feel victorious, but because you're training your mind to think victoriously. Your mouth must lead your mind. Write down 3 things every day. What made you stronger? What made you wiser? And what made you better? Even on your worst days, especially on your worst days. Because that's when you need to remind yourself that pain isn't just happening to you, it's happening for you. Some of you are saying, but I've tried before and failed. No, you haven't failed, you found a way that didn't work. Thomas Edison didn't fail 10.000 times trying to create the light bulb. He discovered 10.000 ways that didn't work. Each attempt made him stronger, made him wiser, made him better. Take 15 minutes every evening to review your day. Don't just record what happened to you, record what happened in you. How did you grow? How did you stretch? How did you become stronger? Your pain is giving you a PhD in perseverance, a master's degree in resilience. You must create what I call your victory journal every time you overcome something. Write it down. Every time you push through pain. Document it. Every time you transform a tragedy into a triumph, record it. Why? Because on days when pain tries to convince you that you can't make it, your history of victory will remind you that you're unstoppable. Your strategy for success can't be built on someone else's story. Your path to victory must be paved with your own experience, your own pain, your own power. What worked for somebody else might not work for you, and that's okay. Your pain is unique, so your path will be unique. Remember this, every great success story is written with tears before it's written with ink. Every breakthrough comes through breaking. Every victory comes through vulnerability. But you must be strategic. You must be systematic. You must be specific. You're standing on the edge of your greatest breakthrough. Your pain hasn't been preparing you for a moment, it's been preparing you for a movement. What you're about to become is bigger than anything you've imagined. When you transform your pain into power, you don't just change your life, you change generations. Your story of survival becomes somebody else's survival guide. Your testimony of triumph becomes somebody else's roadmap to victory. I want you to see something bigger than your current situation. Look beyond your present pain. Your transformation isn't just about you. When you become unstoppable, you create a ripple effect that touches lives you'll never meet, impacts people you'll never know, influences futures you'll never see. In the streets of Mumbai, I met a woman who used her pain of growing up in poverty to build a business that now employs hundreds of women from similar backgrounds. Her pain didn't just produce profit, it produced purpose. Her struggle didn't just create success, it created significance. That's what I'm talking about. Your pain carries a message that somebody needs to hear. Your struggles contain wisdom that somebody needs to learn. Your breakthrough will become somebody else's beginning. But you have to make it through. You have to push through. You have to break through. Some of you are focused on surviving your pain. But I'm calling you to something higher, leveraging your pain. Every tear you've cried can water somebody else's garden. Every battle you fought can become somebody else's training ground. Every scar you carry can become somebody else's sign of hope. When you become unstoppable, you give others permission to push past their limitations. When you transform your pain into power, you show others that their pain has purpose. When you refuse to let your struggle stop you, you become living proof that setbacks can become setups for comebacks. Your responsibility isn't just to overcome, it's to show others how to overcome. Your calling isn't just to succeed, it's to show others the path to success. Your destiny isn't just to survive, it's to show others how to thrive. Look at somebody next to you and tell them your pain is not your prison, it's your platform. Say it again, your pain is not your prison, it's your platform. One more time, your pain is not your prison, it's your platform. True victory isn't just about what you achieve, it's about what you activate in others. It's not just about how high you climb, it's about how many people you lift. It's not just about how strong you become, it's about how many people you strengthen. I want you to make a decision. Decide that your pain will not be wasted. Decide that your struggles will not be squandered. Decide that your hardships will not be hidden. Your story of transformation will become somebody's motivation for change. It's the beginning of your legacy. The pain you're feeling today is birthing the power you'll be sharing tomorrow. The struggles you're facing now are forming the strength you'll be giving later. You are not just becoming unstoppable, you are becoming unforgettable. Your transformation isn't just personal, it's generational. Your victory isn't just individual, it's influential. Stand up right now, stand up. Because when you leave this place, you're not leaving the same way you came in. You're not just carrying your pain, you're carrying your purpose. You're not just holding your struggles, you're holding your strength. You're not just bearing your burdens, you're bearing your breakthrough. Stand on your feet right now. This is your moment of decision. This is where everything changes. This is where your unstoppable journey truly begins. You walked in here carrying pain, but you're walking out carrying power. You came in here questioning your struggles, but you're leaving here understanding your strength. You entered this room wondering why, but you're exiting this room knowing why. Listen to me one final time from this day forward. Pain will not be your master, it will be your motivation. Struggle will not be your stopping point, it will be your starting line. Your hardships will not be your hindrance, they will be your highway to greatness. Take your right hand and place it over your heart. Close your eyes, feel that beating. That's not just your heart, that's your purpose pulsing. That's not just blood flowing, that's destiny flowing. That's not just life, that's legacy. Now open your eyes and repeat after me, I am unstoppable. My pain is my power. My struggles are my strength. My story will change lives from this moment. When pain comes, and it will come, you won't run from it. When pressure rises, and it will rise, you won't retreat from it. When obstacles appear, and they will appear, you won't hide from them. Because you now understand that your pain isn't trying to break you, it's trying to make you. Your struggles aren't trying to stop you, they're trying to start you. Your hardships aren't trying to harm you, they're trying to help you. Now go, run toward your destiny. Sprint toward your purpose, race toward your greatness, because you are no longer just surviving, you are unstoppable. Thank you. And remember, your greatest pain will become your greatest power.